So, one of the things that again I salute you for and respect you for is that you've been able to build a team, and you've been an employee in your own right for many many years now. But you've also been at the receiving end of being interviewed, and you go to meet people and you have these discussions. In terms of your sort of perspective on recruiting people, because that's probably one of our biggest challenges
Yeah,
as
yeah.
as employers, as independent training providers. Talk to us about how that works for yourself. What do you see as sort of good practice? What
Yeah, of course. So absolutely, it's as big a challenge as I can ever remember in attracting people, and people are turning up for the interviews that you've agreed and they want to come to, and people just don't seem to turn up anymore. We have a system that the first interview is not really based on skills and knowledge. It's based on the person. It's trying to find, are their values aligned with yours? Why do they want to move into what essentially is a very, very difficult industry? And sometimes in those first interviews, people will say, I've had a real tough time in industry and I want an easier life, so I thought I'd come and do a bit of teaching. Well, and one of the things that the impact COVID had with us was a number of people that joined us from industry that were doing shift work and long hours, etc. They came back to us and said, actually, I want to go back into industry because I just find this teaching and learning just too, I'll use the word for them, I don't like to use this word, but stressful. But yes, very much first part, who are you? Why do you want to come into this industry? Why do you want to join PTP? What do you know about PTP? Try and find about them as a person. Are they going to fit in to the PTP family? And the second interview then is, right, we think we've got the right person. We think they've got the right attitude and they'll make a difference in people's lives. Have they got the skills and knowledge to be able to do that? Because whether we like it or not, Ofsted, accountability framework, working with EPOs, quality, bureaucracy, doing the right thing, consequence of not being compliant are so huge. This job 25 years ago was come to work and make sure these people are competent, make sure they're being looked after in the company, make sure they've got a smile on their face. It's a completely different beast now. As we touched on earlier, you're a coach, you're a teacher, you're a parent, you're preparing them for academic qualifications and exams. And if we go back to what an apprenticeship was initially, academia hasn't worked for you. There's a different way of learning, and it's a great way of learning. So let's keep it vocational. Let's keep it on the job. And all of a sudden, dare I say it, the academics have got involved, and this vocational learning is become quite academic as well. And we have mature students that come in to sit functional skills exams and they're in tears, and we have to sit them down and calm them down to be able to sit an exam. And if we're absolutely honest, an exam that's teaching them mathematical theories that will have absolutely nothing to do with them working in hospitality or working in a dentist practice or in a retail outlet. So I think everyone sensible would say to improve your English and maths is a really good thing, but it has to be fit for purpose for the job that you're undertaking, because the stresses that can cause those people and impact on the why only half the people on apprenticeships at the moment are classed as a completer, as an achiever, when in fact if you go through the storyboard of when they join the apprenticeship, what they've achieved, whether they've got a promotion, whether they're on more money, whether it's impacted on their confidence, I think there'd be a 95-96% success rate. But because of how we look at what success is, it has a negative side to it rather than the positive side. It goes back to the branding apprenticeship, which was the great event when Mr. Redmond said, my coach said to me, I'm protecting the silver. My coach said to me, on your head be it. It's this negative approach that makes people uptight and not at their best. What have we got to do that relaxes people and puts them in the best possible position to pass the exam, to get the qualification, to achieve the standard, to go to the EPA feeling full of confidence and happiness, rather than, I didn't sleep last night because I've got to sit this exam and it's 2 hours, or I've got to go through this and I'm not sure. And obviously it's our job to prepare people for that. But if they're nervous about exams and functional skills, we're not putting them in the best position for them to achieve those qualifications.
Canny Conversation Podcast Series 5 by Safaraz Ali.